me Anjali Sharma. Welcome to our news channel. So today's headline: 6 dead, 18 injured after vehicle fall into 400-foot gorge. At least 6 people, including 5 women, died and 18 injured when their vehicle fell into a 400-feet gorge in Nandapur district. There are over 24 people. Most of them are laborers who are traveling to Ahmedabad from Khadki village and Nandapur district. While passing through the Ghat section in Todarmal Hill Station, the driver lost control over the vehicle, following which it went backward and fell into the gorge. Nandapur Superintendent of Police Mahendra Pandit said. He said 6 people died on the spot and 18 injured, of which the condition of 7 are serious. The other 9 are discharged from the hospital by receiving first aid. The treatment of injured was taken place in rural hospital of Todarmal district and the Nandapur civil hospitals. An FIR registration and the investigation was underway in Maheshwar police station.
Pickup filled with 30 passengers turned at 4 lane, 10 died, 20 wounded. There was a family which consisted of 30 members. It was a joint family from children to aged people. All of them get bored and exhausted due to the lockdown and pandemic. Since lockdown is opening slowly, so they have decided to take a visit to the Samleset temple in Manasa, Chittorgarh, Rajasthan. All of them are very happy for this small trip as they are going out for the first time after the lockdown. So they have booked a pickup for their journey. They have started their packing and important stuffs and got ready. All of them left their home in the early morning and left their home in early morning with great enthusiasm. They reached there, they enrolled in worship and they had their lunch and also visit other tourist places and temples. After spending whole day, they have decided to reach their home by overnight so that everyone can get back to their work. And they thought it would be very good for them so that everyone can back to their normal life. So they left the temple, and while traveling to their home, they all are talking about the fun they had. They all get tired, but they don't know that they are going to get permanent rest. So now the climate changes. The fog takes place everywhere and it becomes difficult to drive. But they thought it is for the short time only, so they told the driver to drive further. Now, the pickup in which they were traveling turned at 4 lane. Out of 30, 10 died on the spot, including 3 children, and 20 badly wounded. And some of them were referred to higher hospitals after primary treatment.
Bird flu update in Manasa district. An outbreak of avian influenza, commonly known as bird flu, has affected several thousands of birds across the country. It was identified in the first week of January with unusual reports of deaths of large number of birds. Avian influenza, it is a highly contagious disease which is affecting a large number of birds and variety of birds. From the update of Manasa district of bird flu, no any bird died due to this viral disease. On January 30, there is relief in the order of death of birds which started from 5th of January. Bird flu is actually a disease which makes death of many kind of birds, and in neither in Manasa, in the update.
People not going to fever clinics for corona testing. As the fear of corona has begun to fade away, earlier the fright of corona disease would force people to go for clinics to test. Now the fever clinics opened by the government are empty. This fever clinics has become so unimportant that even not 10 persons visit the fever clinics for testing. Already, the government has closed the corona centers and the quarantine centers as the number of patients has come down. As the number of patients visiting to the fever clinics declined, the health department has claimed to reduce their number. The second reason which can be thrown out is that lack of interest. Only 1.4 people are there who are diagnosed with the disease daily. The people lost their interest in undergoing testings despite of having symptoms of disease. When the pandemic was at its peak, these fever clinics are opened by the government so that the samples of people are collected in the health center itself. There are 20 fever clinics in Bhopal, 15 in Shivpuri, 11 in Khargoon and 8 other in Pune, Mandsaur and Satna. Besides that, there are many fever clinics in the other areas of the state. But not more than 10 people are visiting these fever clinics. The people seem to have lost their interest in undergoing tests. Also, the officials of health department said that the corona is slowly fading away, and this is the reason why people are not visiting to the fever clinics for testing.
The leopard carried the child sitting with the mother God had on the next day. There was a mother who used to lunch on her farm along with her child who is 1.5 years old. One day the mother was having her lunch and her child was also playing nearby. Then the leopard came and took the child in front of her mother. The mother also ran behind the leopard, but the leopard ran into the forest. Meanwhile, all the villagers have gathered and they have also called the forest department and started searching for the child. The villagers and the staff of forest department kept searching throughout the night, but they didn't get anything except despair. The mother was holding cause for this reason. Now the question arises: what was the reason? What was the need of the leopard to come in this area? Who causes this? The answer is very simple. It is humans, not intentionally, but by the result of some actions, like cutting of trees, that is deforestation, unsustainable hunting, pollution. All these things leads to the extinction of wild animals due to starvation. If we will occupy their houses, they will also come and occupy our houses. It means that if we would, it means that
Road accident occurred on Mahunimach Highway. A pickup overturned, 40 people were riding in it and one child died. Neemach. According to the information received, a pickup overturned at Bharbadia Panda, Neemach, Mahu Highway. There were 40 people in the truck and they are going to visit a very beautiful place, that is Nathdwara. Due to the high speed of the truck, it overturned and this accident occurred. 40 people were in the bus, in the truck, and 1 dozen people were injured and one child died on the way towards hospital. According to the information, we even came to know that this pathway has become a death pathway because in the last 1 month, 5 accidents have happened there and maximum 4 to 5 persons have lost their lives there. So be aware while going these sites.
Snowfall leads to the suspension of flights at Srinagar Airport. Moderate snowfall leads to the suspension of flights at Srinagar Airport as the snow started to fall at the early morning and continued permanently at the whole day. The Air Traffic Control Department did not allow the flight to operate because of continuous snowfall. Also, the visibility was poor. The blanket of snow has covered the Kashmir Valley as most areas of it receives moderate snowfall, cutting the Kashmir Valley and the air connection with the country. The resumption of air flights from Monday would be depend on the weather. The forecast department said that predicted that heavy and moderate snowfall is at Srinagar Airport for 2 days after Monday. Therefore, it might be difficult for the flights to resume. Again, the weather forecast department records that the travelers should wait for 4 days to have their meeting flight.
Mother of group out-of-date investment, injured marks on the body also found. The hotel Raj Palace was booked by the family for wedding for 3 to 4 days. The hotel Raj Palace was booked by the family for the wedding for 3 to 4 days. The mother of groom, Anuradha, and her sister Lakshmi stayed in the room number 121, located on the third floor of the hotel. As soon as Anuradha will get the information about the guests reaching the hotel around 5:30 a.m. in the morning, she exits the room, asking her sister to bring up the guests from the bottom. After some time, the guests reached the rooms above, but Anuradha did not reach yet. Since Lakshmi had saw her going down, so when she go down, she did not get her there. So on which Anuradha's husband and her son informed. Everyone is searching for the woman here and there, but nothing was found. Then the search intensified. After 2 hours of continuous searching for Anuradha, someone's attention went towards the stairs going from the front of Anuradha's room to the basement. But the darkness and the garbage item being placed on the way, so no one was gone down. But after some time, the family landed in the basement, and they have found Anuradha was seen in elevator pit. So the family descended in the pit and take out the body, and the police were informed, and postmortem was done by the panel of doctors when the case was suspected.
WHO investigates Center for Disease Control in China. World Health Organization is a team which is going to investigate Center for Disease in China. Wuhan, the World Health Organization team visited China and the Center for Disease Control, that is Center for Disease Control and Prevention, in Wuhan to determine the origin of the very harmful disease, very harmful virus, coronavirus, which initially handled the virus. This virus is actually spread all over the world, and everyone is actually very.
Tigress died of trap strangulation in Ghana. A 1.5-year-old tigress died of strangulation caused by trap made up of clutch wire used in vehicles in Ghana Tiger Reserve (KTR) on Tuesday. The 6 people are apprehended after the incidents. The feline was found dead by the beat guards in Khapa Forest Range of Ghana Tiger Reserve, said by the Deputy Director of KTR, Narendra Yadav. The tigress died after the trap entangled. The trap was made up of clutch wire. A case is registered under the Wildlife Protection Act, and the search of unidentified person were carried out. Then 6 persons are rounded up, said an official. An autopsy was conducted as per the rules of National Wildlife Conservation Authority. The tigress was found intact and no body part was missing. The official feels that the trap was laid down to hunt the wild goats or deer and not for tiger, but unfortunately the target fell on the tigress and she died.
Child dies at the age of 11 due to burn. There was a child who named as Sanjay of 11 years old who is mentally retarded by birth. That's why his grandparents did not accept him. But his parents are very supportive. They left their home and brought him up. Due to his mental deficiency, he used to do unusual things which makes his parents upset. No one in the society accepted him. And the children used to tease him by calling mad, dumb, and all other abusive words. One day, one of the child of the society told him to go and burn your body parts, and that mental ill child just follow him blindly, and he goes to kitchen and started burning his body parts. When his parents got to know about this, they rushed to their home and they took him to the hospital, but it was already very late. He, it was, he took the long treatment and died during the treatment. So this story truly tells us about the idea, about the mentality of the society of not accepting the child with disability. The child who is mentally retarded is a boy. Then after also his grandparents did not accept him. Then what we can expect from the society to accept the disabled child? In this way, we can say that this cruel society led to the death of a child.
Women's Safety Awareness Campaign ALA. Women's Safety Awareness Campaign ALA, we have to change the mindset of people towards mothers, sisters and daughters. This is the main objective of the Samman program. We have to make this campaign a part of our daily lives on a wide scale to change so that the society can change their mindset towards all the women and pledge to protect this honor.
Webinar on use of medicine in COVID-19. A webinar was organized by Dr. K. Agarwal, the Padma Shri recipient and the former National President of Indian Medical Association. Many doctors from Indian Medical Association have participated in these events from different branches. So on this webinar, they had mainly highlight the issue of COVID-19 vaccine, how to distribute them and how to develop, how to organize different kinds of booths and vaccinators. Also, they have discovered the new ways, taken the new dimension that to increase the recovery rate and to lower down the faults which are common in giving vaccines and other things. So there are many doctors and they have introduced many vaccines, and thus the program go on well and good. And at the end, the medicine company Mankind has given the vote of thanks and distributed 3 lakh rupees to the Dr. K. Agarwal and the other doctors.